You guys, it is Monday. Welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner. I made a huge pot of tortellini soup. I used double the protein because my two teenagers were complaining that there's not enough protein. So 2 packages of Italian sausages, and it smells delicious. I'm gonna dish some up and then sprinkle some of this Parmesan cheese, and that is gonna be lunch and dinner. All right, so it is Monday night, and let me show you my pot. This soup is gone. I just need to rinse this off and put it in the dishwasher. The tortellini soup is gone, and this was pretty full, but that doesn't surprise me because it was absolutely delicious. So I have a couple cans of biscuits in my fridge that I want to use up. So I took out cooked chicken breasts, and this is just like from rotisserie chickens that we had gotten or had cooked, and it's just chicken breasts that we didn't use. This is from back in February. This is from God knows when. So I'm going to thaw it out, and I'm going to make in the crock pot the chicken pot pie filling. I'm going to make quite a bit of it tomorrow. So I'm just thawing this out, and I'm going to use all of this chicken. And then I also found some of these little dessert things from back from Christmas. And so I just took those out of the freezer. So a few things out of the freezer, and these were kind of bulky. So I'm happy to get those out and use them up tomorrow, not today. This is for tomorrow. And then I took out this bacon. I don't think I'm going to cook it tonight. I might just cook it tomorrow morning, and that's just going to be our bacon for the week in the fridge. And I'm just doing the 4 hamburger patties. They thawed out, and I'm just doing them in the air fryer, and then each kid can have one, and those will be out of the freezer as well. What I'm going to do tonight to prep for tomorrow is get my onions and carrots and potatoes chopped up and ready to go, because I'm going to add those things into my chicken pot pie, and I'm going to get all my canned goods ready to go. That way tomorrow I can just kind of saute those a little bit, and then I'm going to put them in the crock pot, and it'll be kind of set it and forget it. And then I have my biscuits, which I'm going to cook up in the oven later on, and I might take out some other kind of meat because my husband had some leftovers and stuff from the chicken for lunch. I might take out some more meat. I'm just thinking out loud, just so he can have for lunch, just because he takes lunch from home. So you guys, I found some meat in my inside freezer, and I think it's turkey or chicken. It's not bagged. It's freezer burnt. This is definitely turkey. Either way, I'm going to thaw it out and season it, and I'm either going to cook it in the crock pot or I'm going to cook it in the oven. But either way, it's coming out. It's going to be thawed out, and we're going to use it up. And I'm so excited because one of my drawers in the inside freezer is like starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like, you can actually put stuff in there, so it's great. Using things down. I brought a couple cans of like condensed soups for tomorrow for the chicken pot pie. I don't think I'm going to chop any veggies tonight because I just don't feel like it. I was going to prep, but it's okay. I'll just do them tomorrow morning and get that going, and it's going to be delicious. I have frozen peas and poultry seasoning that was left over from Thanksgiving and just stuff like that. So we're going to be using things out of our pantry, our freezer, and it's going to feel really good to get these rotated and out of the way. So I found these turkey patties in my freezer. I think there's 4 of them. Yes. So what I'm going to do is, since it's like 2:30 right now, I want them to thaw out a little bit faster. So I'm just going to open them up and put them on this plate and let them thaw out. And I forgot to tell you guys, I did make more like a stock, not a soup, out of the carcass of the chicken that we had yesterday and all the drippings in the crock pot. And that's what I used to make the tortellini soup with. Instead of water, I just used that beautiful broth. And I gotta tell you, it turned out so delicious. So these I'm just gonna put in the air fryer and just make little burgers for the kiddos. So it is Tuesday morning, and I have onions, carrots, celery in here with a little bit of avocado oil just sauteing, and I'm gonna put a lid on them so they can get nice and soft. I'm just doing this before putting them in the crock pot just to soften them up and get the cooking time down. And then I have some potatoes that I think I'm going to chop up and boil just for a few minutes. Again, same thing, kind of get the cooking going, because I want this to be ready for lunch. And I have a lot of meat. It's going to be a huge amount. My crock pot is actually preheating because I will not be putting hot things in a cold crock pot. I don't want it to crack. So that's what's going on. Just a little bit of prep, not too much. And then I will have some frozen peas that I'll throw in at the end. And then I will go get some frozen veggies to add next to these as well. So lots of veggies, lots of delicious things going to be going in. So you guys can see my beautiful bed of veggies. I just sauteed them with barely any avocado oil, and the onions just started getting translucent. Again, I just want to soften them up. This is going to be a big pot of chicken pot pie filling, and so I want to get it going. And then in the same pot, I just put a little bit of water and salt and the potatoes, and I'm going to drain these. I'm just going to get them coming to a boil and get them starting to cook. And then I'm going to drain them and put them in there as well. And I'm going to work on chopping up some of my chicken and throwing that in as well. And then like all my condensed chicken soups. Oh, I need to use my poultry seasoning. That's what because I put salt and pepper. I'm going to put some poultry seasoning. We have plenty of that from Thanksgiving, and gonna use it. I don't know if you can tell, but I was very generous with my chicken. There is a lot. I used up both those bags that I thought out. And then here is the poultry blend that I've been using. My potatoes are coming to a boil. I'm going to let those go for about 2 minutes and put those in. I did salt the water. And then I'm going to put, I'm going to go grab some frozen veggies from the freezer. I do love like sweet frozen peas, so I will add those at the end kind of the cooking process. And I think I have like some other frozen veggies. If not, I know I have canned veggies, so I'll add those in. And then like the cream of mushroom, cream of chicken soups, add some water to kind of rinse out the cans after. And I'm so excited. This already smells so good. It's a little bit of prep work. If I would have done this last night, it would have been great. If I would have had this freezer meal ready, which I want to eventually have everything ready to go, that would have been even better. But I didn't. And the only reason why I decided to use like the raw veggies and the potatoes is because I have so many of them. Sure, it would have been easier to use the canned ones, and I have plenty of that on my shelf. But I have so many of the raw ones that I don't want them to go bad. So that's how I did it this way today. So this is the first bag that I saw in the freezer with frozen veggies. I'm not going to overthink it. I'm going to dump that in because it is frozen. So I'm going to dump that in now. And kind of towards the end, I found this that's already been used. I'm going to dump the whole thing in. So another 2 things out of the freezer. I know I have other stir-fry frozen veggies. Just frozen veggies. But we really like these. So this is what's going in today. I'm going to throw in my sauces, and I have it on 6 hours on high. It's probably only going to go about 4 hours on high. So it's going to be great. I want to say this is a massive amount of food. I put 3 cans of condensed soup. So 2 of the chicken condensed soup and 1 of the mushroom condensed soup because we like that mushroom flavor. And I did put a little bit of milk to kind of rinse out the cans. I'm not sure if I need to add another can of condensed soup. I tried to mix it through, but I think for me to properly mix it through, I'm going to have to let it heat up a little bit and kind of let the liquids come out. I do have another can of cut green beans if I feel like we need more veggies, but we'll kind of let it warm up and see. You can't really tell, but it's really deep. It's a lot of food. We never have leftovers, so I'm hoping for leftovers, but I'm not counting on it. And I'm going to put the lid on. I have more eggs boiling to the side since my burner was already warm. Let me show you guys. I just rinsed out this pot and put it in there, and this is going to be the last of our like 6 dozen. 1 box of this is 6 dozen eggs that we bought last week or the week before, and these are just going to go in the fridge. So here is the turkey pieces that I took out of the freezer. This had like the wings and the wing tips and a drumstick. And my crock pot is clean, but it kind of stained when I cooked those beans last week in it, but it is clean. What I did is I used salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and the poultry seasoning. And I'm just going to put this on high, and my husband can take this to work, or the kids can just snack on it. And the other bag over here, this is all turkey breast. So my husband's going to cut it up, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have him slice it up into like thin slices for like fajitas. Instead of using chicken, we can just use the turkey breast. Fajitas, or when we do like our Chinese stir fry or any kind of stir fry, I think that's going to be really good. So we'll do that, and he'll take the skin off and just cut it up. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna refreeze it. I might just do that, like prep it with seasoning and then just refreeze it. Or I could leave it out and we could just use it this week, but I don't have any peppers, just a few little mini peppers. So yeah, I might just freeze it, and then when we get those discount peppers at Kroger, then we could just grab this, put those together and make a fajita. All kind of wonderful smells is going on in the kitchen today. So I am cooking up that bacon packet that I took out of the freezer yesterday. I just put it in the fridge overnight, and look how beautiful it's turning out. So I have mine on my air fryer, which is the Cosori 370 for 10 minutes, and it turned out beautiful. I am discarding the grease. I still have plenty of grease in my little grease jar, so I'm putting it in a bowl, and that's going to be scooped out and thrown in the garbage. But look how beautiful and thick cut, and this is like peppered bacon. It's absolutely delicious. I might have had a piece or two already. It's really good. And then this is just kind of meal prepping. I'm going to put it with a paper towel in a airtight container and put it in the fridge, and then we just heat it up whenever we need. So these biscuits were the inspiration for today's meal. I've had these two in my fridge for a while. This I got for free with that Walmart order that got delivered wrong to my house. So I'm gonna pop these in the oven. I like to put them on my pizza stone. That way the bottom they turn out perfect. They don't burn, because if I put them like on a metal cookie sheet, they burn. So if you have a pizza stone, do your biscuits like that. They turn out perfect every time. 350, we're gonna put those in, and I just put the peas in the crock pot, even though my kids have been scooping out bowls till now. My daughter had a huge bowl. My son just scooped out a huge bowl before I even put the peas in. So that's what's going on. I'm gonna get these in. Bacon is still going strong, and then I also brought my other 5 dozen eggs. So we just finished one of these boxes, and I just brought these to restock the eggs in my fridge in the house, and then we still have some left over, so I'll put this back in the other fridge. So I want to show you guys, this rubber band is from like produce, like asparagus, I believe. And I don't know if you guys watch Kendra from Kendra Full of Joy. She posts daily. Go watch her. She was asking in one of her videos if anybody else hangs on to these. I do. I have a drawer where I keep them because they are so good. They're so sturdy and just really, really good. I've been keeping these for years. So just wanted to tell Kendra, yes, I do keep those. And go check her out, Kendra Full of Joy. She is in Washington State, but she is further away from me. I want to say maybe like, what do you think, Kendra? 3-4 hours? I don't know. Something like that. But go check her out. She is a lovely, lovely person. And yeah, keep your rubber bands. Here's the biscuits. I want to show you how beautiful they turned out. Look at that. They are perfectly cooked. These were on for 350 for 15 minutes. And yeah, they're not burnt. They're absolutely beautiful. They're still piping hot. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I had to do 2 batches because I only have 1 pizza stone, but it was well worth it because they turned out so great. So if you have a pizza stone, try them with making your biscuits like that. These ones have cheese throughout them. And then these are just like the flaky pull apart ones. So they'll be great. Look at this, you guys. It turned out so delicious. Absolutely delicious. With the biscuits, that's what we're having for dinner. As I was saying, I was going to tell you guys that I finished my bacon, cooking it up. It's all cooled down. I put a paper towel. I'm going to put the lid on this and just pop it in the fridge. And that is going to be it for today. Let me show you how much pot pie is left. It's 1:49 in the afternoon. More than half is gone. Everyone kind of had it for lunch and stuff. The little kids can have it as well. And then if anybody else wants anything else for dinner, if there's not enough, we have oatmeal, cereal, all kinds of stuff that they will, I'm sure, will dig in and eat. And it'll be just fine. All right, you guys, it is Wednesday around 12:30 in the afternoon. I have nothing in mind of cooking. So today is going to be fend for yourself. We still have some of those pre-made salads that we bought from Kroger. I think there's like 2 more left. And then we have lots of cans of chili, Progresso soups, different kinds, macaroni and cheese, easy pre-made meals, and cereals and oatmeals and whatever else, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. We have it all. So that's what's going on today. I'm actually going to open up this lasagna style soup, and I'm going to have this for lunch. And I have so many different kinds of soups, and we don't really eat them. I kind of bought them for emergencies. I know, I think my husband's gonna like this. It's not as good as homemade soups at all, but it will do. And we need to go through them. We also have like tuna fish, canned salmon, canned tuna, sardines, smoked oysters, stuff like that. So that's what we're going to focus on using up today. Just things from the pantry. I am going to make this macaroni and cheese for the little ones. I'm going to actually make 3 boxes because I'm sure the older ones will want some too. And yeah, I'm feeling good about today's meals and using up our pantry staples. So this is what the lasagna soup looks like. I added some Italian seasoning. It doesn't look bad. I actually have some leftover fresh spinach. I think I'm going to put some in. And I'm going to add just a little bit of milk just to make it a little creamy and cut some of that acidity from the tomatoes. So let me just zhuzh it up a little bit, and I'm sure it'll be delicious. All right, I put the spinach, some milk, and a little Parmesan cheese, and it actually doesn't look bad at all. It heated up very quickly, and that's going to be my lunch. Looks good. So here are the mussels. David made them with onions and garlic and all the good stuff. And Noah helped, and we also made some white rice next to it. It's actually really good. Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday morning, and I want to show you guys kind of the idea and the plan I have for food today. I took out this ground beef last night in hopes of making spaghetti, and I still plan on doing that. But then as I was sitting in bed, I was looking over my Safeway haul that's coming shortly, and I took out some ground beef, like 3 pounds of ground beef. I want to make tacos as well with like all the sides with the rice and the corn and the beans and all that, because tomorrow I have a really filled busy day. I'll be out and about, so if I have leftovers, that would be great. I took out some guacamole. I keep these little guacamole cups in the freezer. I think this one is from Walmart, but I do also find them on clearance at Kroger, and then we will use those as well. I have some taco shells coming from Safeway that were on sale. They're like the stand-up taco shells, and so that's kind of what inspired me to do the tacos. And that's what's going on. The spaghettis will be great, and if we have leftover spaghettis, that would be fabulous for tomorrow. The tacos will probably be eaten all today, so this has plenty of time to thaw till later on. I'm going to make this more around lunch, and they can have it for lunch and then dinner, whoever wants. And that's what I plan on doing today. Today we woke up to lightning and thunder, but it actually felt really good. We've had a couple like warm days, which are super nice, but it's like a summer rain. I don't know how to explain it. It just felt really nice. And the birds are out and about. You can hear them outside. My windows are open. My doors are open. Nice fresh air. It feels fabulous. All right, so for my spaghetti, I am making a big pot. So I'm not sure if I'm going to need 1 or 2 jars of spaghetti, but I brought 2 just in case. I'm going to drain, rinse, and dice these mushrooms up, and I'm going to saute them with some onion, and then put the meat and garlic and some more Italian seasoning, and they're going to be super, super delicious. I just figured let me add some mushrooms because my kids really enjoy mushrooms, and in the spirit of using things up and rotating them, we got to get that. You can see it's very dusty. I'm going to wash that off before I open it and use up this lean ground beef. I just thought about it. I still have some of this baby spinach, so I'm going to wash it, and even though it says ready to use and washed, I always just rinse it. I'm going to chop it up and throw a bunch of it in the spaghetti sauce as well. I don't think I have any more spaghetti sauce like ready to go, freezer meal prepped. So that's why I'm doing all this, which is fine because I'm using things up, and I will add some of that Parmesan cheese. So I know it's just spaghetti, but you guys, it smells absolutely divine. And I don't know if you can tell, but this is a huge pot of spaghettis, and I used both jars because I needed it. I still have a little bit of the spinach left, but I used quite a bit, and this is going to be so delicious. I sprinkled some of that Parmesan cheese, and it's almost 2 o'clock. So when the kids come home later on, they are going to dig in and enjoy this hearty meal. It's still pouring down, hailing, cold, rainy. So comfort food in a bowl, nice big bowl of warm, delicious spaghettis. It's Friday, and yesterday all I ended up making was the spaghettis. I did not use the ground beef. So I put it in the fridge and I just took it out today, and I kind of put everything out. I want to try to make enchiladas. I've been wanting to make enchiladas for a while and I haven't. I was supposed to be gone all day today and plans have changed, so I'll be home and able to do this. I've watched a couple of videos, never made them in my life, but they look easy enough, beef enchiladas. I have a few things and I figured let me do my version of it. So I plan on grounding up this ground beef with some onions and garlic and then maybe some taco seasoning. And then I had some cheddar cheese that was in, or Mexican style cheese, no, Smile cheddar, in the fridge that needs to be used up. And then these are frozen. I just pulled them out of the freezer just in case if we need more cheese. I want to make quite a few of them, so I feel like this is something my family will like. I have some green chili enchilada sauce. That can's dented. This one isn't. We'll see if we need to use both of them to make them, but that's the plan for today. So let's make some easy, delicious food. And then of course we're going to do like beans and rice and stuff on the side, and I think it's going to turn out good. All right, you guys, here it is. It doesn't look all pretty plated up, but I'm sure it's delicious. We made Mexican style rice, enchiladas, guacamole, sour cream, and refried beans, and that's going to be dinner for tonight. So you guys, so here's one of the pans. I'll show you guys what they look like. My nieces came over and they agreed they're absolutely delicious, so good. So we got 3 huge pans, if I didn't tell you. And they're very good. Guys, it is Sunday morning, and before going to church, I'm going to throw this Mississippi roast. It's a freezer meal in the crock pot, and we're going to do a quick side when we get home, and that's what we're having later on. All right, so here is the Mississippi roast. I heated up a can of corn, finished up these instant mashed potatoes, and that's what we are having for lunch and dinner. See you guys next week.